Hello and welcome, my name is dragondrop and this is the joinDOTA League, the America Division 1 matchup between Evil Geniuses and Union Gaming. So, let's get right into this. But before we start, no, I tricked you there. Draft started off a little bit slow. Evil Geniuses already dipping a little bit into their bonus time, thinking about the bands, and they came out with the Naga Siren as well as the Visage. They're not going to be joining us in this game. Ember Spirit and the Bat Rider banned out for Union Gaming, so Centaur Warren immediately picked up by Evil Geniuses as the first pick. And I really love seeing that hero come into the competitive scene right now, into the meta, because it's a really fun hero to watch. I actually played my very first game of Dota on that hero, and it was actually a win, so I didn't feed too much that game. So yeah, pretty good hero, like it. Similar to the Slaughter in many respects, with you usually want to build a Blink Dagger, maybe a Vanguard, later on a Heart, something like that. And you do have then that Blink Stun available, which is a really nice initiation. And then you also have that AoE Nuke around you and Stampede to help you initiate or run away from people. So, arguably not the best ultimate in the game, of course, but it's situationally useful. Lycanthrope and Nature's Prophet gonna be picked up by Union Gaming, so that can mean two things. One is more likely than the other. They can either go for push strat with Lycanthrope, yeah, of course that's what they're gonna do, Nature's Prophet, and Nature's Prophet as well, so yeah, that's gonna be a mid-game push strat. Might want to pick up something like a Buckner, Dragonite, or Death Prophet, something that gels along those same lines. But what they could also consider is using that Nature's Prophet and turning it into an global ultimate strat, but with the ancient apparition ban out, don't think they will do that, because what you can do is just pick up the Nature's Prophet, the ancient apparition, and then it's something like a Zeus, and then your 3 global ultimates can snipe people from across the map if you really want to. But then you usually have the Spectres that carry that can augment that as well. So with Lycan already picked up, probably not what we're gonna see here, but something that you can keep in the back of your mind. So yeah, AA and Dazzle banned out, 2 very popular supports in the recent meta. It's a little bit hit or miss early on in the laning stage if you get a bad lane and you get gone on aggressively early on, so that the Dazzle, that the sustain coming out from Dazzle isn't quite enough, and neither the damage from the Chilling Touch coming from the Ancient Apparition. If you get overwhelmed there, then you can have a lot of problems, because neither Ancient Apparition nor the Dazzle provide a terribly much amount of control, so want to watch out for that. But not gonna see that. Instead we're gonna see Crystal Maiden picked up for EG. Really nice stable support. Quite slow, quite squishy, but she does give you a lot. She can jungle effectively from level 1 with the Frostbite, and by doing that she plays off-map Dota. You never know when she decides to rotate around and gank your lane, so that's something that Union Gaming has to watch out for as well. And early rotation can shut down a Lycan pretty quick. If you kill him once or twice before he gets his core items up, Lycan's impact in the game can really be delayed very much. And it's something that you need to do earlier rather than later, because the later the game goes into the mid game, the harder it is to shut down a Lycanthrope. Once he gets his ultimate, and can run away, maybe even once he gets a BKB, but that's usually a 3rd or 4th item. Most common build on Lycanthropes right now is the Vladimir's Offering into Medallion of Courage, into a Roshan maybe, if you can sneak it in, and then into Necrorug 3, and then you can consider BKB, Abyssal, whatever the situation calls for, if it goes later on. But with that build, Lycanthrope is a split push monster, so if you don't watch your lanes and are engaged with the rest of the team and somewhere else on the map, Lycanthrope will take down your towers pretty damn quickly. So Rubik, picked up by UG, already has a couple of nice spells to steal, maybe the Hoof Stomp, but it's only really useful once he gets a Blink Dagger of his own, and that's not always the case. Everything Crystal Maiden has though, and by everything I mean the Crystal Over and the Frostbite, is you won't usually see too many freezing fields. Quite useful. Doom, of course, if you can steal Doom, can always be handy. Devour to get that golden com, so maybe not the best utility spell for Rubik. But yeah, Doom pickup. Can hot shot on a lycanthrope, but if you catch him after he popped the ultimate form, he'll still be able to run pretty quickly, so... can be a liability, but...
Reserve time.
Doom can probably focus on other heroes as well, and they just profit, shut him out of the fight. On Rubik, if he becomes a threat, or maybe on the mid hero that still has to be picked up from Union Gaming, so... A lot of options for Doom. Earthshaker, yeah, that's a prime target for Doom before he gets his spell combination off, because that does a lot of damage and stun locks you for a couple of seconds if he does it right. So, they're on the dire side, so creep blocking ancient shenanigans can happen in the offlane. Medusa! Okay. That looks like an Arteezy hero. Because it's kind of crazy. I haven't seen a Medusa in forever in competitive. Can't really remember the last time I saw that, if at all, so... I know that Arteezy's gonna play it in mid.
10 seconds to go.
Maybe not, but with the Doom and as well as the Centaur already picked up.
5 seconds.
Guess he could play the Doom mid if he really wants to.
Radiance ban.
Yeah. We'll see. EG, in any case, looking for another support as the last pickup. And Union Gaming recognizing that, betting out the Bane. Bane, of course, is a support that provides a lot of control.
10 seconds to go.
Between the Nightmare as well as the Fiend's Grip. That also, and the Fiend's Grip, of course, also goes through BKB, which is always nice to have available to you. But I'm not gonna have that.
Reserve time.
UG thinking about the last ban out. Banning out the pack, as UG still needs mid hero. Stormsword is still available.
Someone's having technical difficulties.
Pick that up. Invoker actually not banned out at all. So curious to see that hero slip through so far into the draft. Could be a good pickup for UG. Add some good team fight if you go Quartz Vex. Can Quartz Vex Sword would work as well, I suppose.
10 seconds to go.
They want to be a little bit more gang focused, but Rubik Earthshaker? Oh yeah, they can rotate around. Definitely.
Reserve
can happen.
Time.
Well, it's gonna be the Viper, so Viper mid against pretty much any hero can probably win the lane. One-on-one matchups, Viper's pretty good, or 3-on-3 as well even. And tri-lanes, not the worst hero, because he acts sort of like a buffer early on in the game. Because the enemy can't go on your supports, or you just spit them in the face with poison and kill them, and they can't go on you, because then the supports will usually be able to save you. I've seen the Viper together with Ancient Apparition and Dazzle actually played quite often. But this time around, most likely gonna be a mid Viper, so that works as well. Has to be careful to not run into any ganks. Because Viper is quite tanky once it gets a couple of levels into the corrosive skin. Okay, Wisp, gonna be the last pickup. Yeah, it's gonna be an Arteezy Medusa. Universe, offlane jungle Doom, and a Centaur Warrunner for Fear. So, alright. PPE, of course, signature Crystal Maiden. Alright. Good draft. Hopefully it's gonna be a good game, and if it isn't, we still have game number 2, so... Really excited to see this going forward. Alright, if you're tuning in on Twitch TV, thanks for finding my stream. If you're tuning in from in-game, thank you for choosing me, dragondrop, as your preferred broadcaster. Really appreciate it. So if you want to support me, follow me on Twitter at dragondropDOTA, or on Twitch with the same name. Alright, wouldn't be Dota without a pause, but it gives us time to run through the lineups. We've got, on the side of Union Gaming, Teamo Berowski on the Earthshaker. Equilibrium, the stand-in for them tonight, gonna be on the Viper. Angel is playing the Nature's Prophet. That leaves Djokovic. I don't think that's his real name. I'm not too sure. I'm not really familiar with Union Gaming. He's gonna play the Lycanthrope, which leaves Zetark on the Rubik. On the other side of the river, we've got Zai playing the Io. Well, it's really weird. Whenever you pause the game and you have a wisp in it, the model just disappears when you pause. Volvo, please fix. We need our wisp balls or IO balls. Anyway, moving on. PPD, gonna play the Crystal Maiden, that leaves RTZ, not having the courtesy to use his actual name. He's gonna be playing the Medusa, probably heading mid. She's Fear on Doom, they actually switched. Alright, yeah, makes more sense. Universe heading to the offlane, I'm the Centaur Warrunner, leaves Fear on the hard farming Doom. Alright. Was a little bit surprised because you don't see farming Centaur Warrun all that much. It's a nice offlane hero because he's quite tanky. Especially with that stout shield already picked up. A pooled ward will help keep him safe up here if he plants it right about there. Can't draw, goddammit, but I can ping, that's alright. Yeah, he should do fine. But he has to be careful not to get caught up if they do decide to do a defensive tri-lane with the Earthshaker there. Because if he gets caught out by a good fissure, I've seen that happen, then you're pretty much dead. I mean, you're standing right over here, and then the fissure goes right there. I wish I could draw, this is so bad. Fissure goes right here with the Earthshaker rotating out of the jungle. Oh, you can see it on the minimap, so at least got that going for us. Yeah, you basically block off every escape path, and then there's nowhere else to go. But what we'll probably see instead is going to be the Nature's Prophet starting off in the offline. It's an EG Earthshaker set, alright. Interesting. I'm not too much into cosmetics. Only bought a couple of them with the money I got from selling Steam trading cards and stuff like that. Got myself a Crystal Maiden set. Actually got 2 of the Crystal Maiden items there from drops from the MLG TKO and the JDL, so just completed it with a couple of cents. I don't know what they're talking about. So yeah, what we will likely see, we'll see just what kind of items he picks up. If he picks up a couple of clarities, he will do the fissure right about here, blocking this entire area off, and then redirecting the creeps towards the ancients down here. Yeah, that won't be giving him too much extra XP because ancients kill lane creeps pretty fast early on, but it will deny a lot of creeps from Fear on his bottom lane, so. Curious to see how Zai and the IO fit into this lineup. I mean, teams start to realize that you can pair Wisps with a lot of other heroes as well, not just the standard Chaos Knight or Tiny that you see often. But also with a lot of other heroes, strength heroes that need mobility. Right. Centaur Warrunner sometimes, or maybe just agility carries like Medusa who have something like Split Shot. Right, that spreads the damage out and that benefits really well from extra attack speed that you get from the Wisp. So. And I've seen a similar lineup like that with a Wisp. And there was a Drow Ranger in the game as well as a Bristleback, I believe, or some other sort of tanky hero. And the Wisp player basically could decide who he tethered to depending on the situation. If he needed to support the tanky frontline guy, then you could tether to him and help him out with the overcharge. But if they could reliably do damage with the Drow Ranger, he would just tether up to her and give her the extra attack speed. So it is viable, definitely. IO Wisp, I use it synonymously. He used to be called Wisp, and now he's IO, but in the lore it says IO the Guardian Wisp, so both is legit. You can't say anything against it. Yeah, definitely a hero that makes every other hero just so much better, right? Even if you don't have the classic combinations with them. That just means that it's not as expected, right? Who would have expected a Wisp pick in this situation? I wouldn't. Alright. Diamo Jocelyn. That's not his real name. I'm pretty sure that's... They are from Peru, so... They speak Spanish or Portuguese there? I'm not too sure, but it's... I think it means he loves Jocelyn, so good luck with that. For the purposes of this match, I'm probably gonna call him Earthshaker for the most part. Alright. There we go. Game is on the way.
Alright.
Game 1 of this 2-game series in the joinDOTA League between Union Gaming on the Dire side and Evil Geniuses on the Radiant side. And they're moving out as 4. Lots of lines being drawn on the map. So I am playing the Woodcutter with the Wisp Tether. They're just gonna check early Roche and they're gonna go for it. Surely. No, they don't have the build for that. They don't have the heroes for that. Don't have any early minus armor. Chris Maiden is pretty much useless. Doom is pretty much useless. Yeah, I'm just gonna check it, make sure UG isn't doing any shenanigans with the Nature's Prophet. So, why not? You don't lose anything by doing that. UG not having exactly the best lineup for that either, but you have the Wolves as well as the Trees to tank a little bit of that for you, so if you really want to, you could commit on that. As it stands now, nothing like that gonna happen. Do we have something cool here? I like my Genuine Valor. Okay. The Horn blows, creep spawn. Looks to be defensive tri-lane with the Crystal Maiden a little bit more in the jungle, so pretty standard coming out from EG. And for now also a tri-lane with the Viper actually, okay. Lycanthrope mid, okay. Okay. And let one creep through, but that's not actually that bad because Arteezy blocked too well, so...
Like a kid in school.
Cool blue, sorry, goodbye. He actually blocked so good that the creeps went up to his tower, and then the tower shot them, and so pushes the lane right back to Djokovic into Lycanthrope's direction. The Howl to help him with last hits. Lycanthrope versus Medusa in the middle lane, never thought I'd see that. The current meta right now, so we'll see how that turns out in the end. Universe battling up against the Viper, so I don't think he'll have too good of a time. He's got 1 CS already, still seeing a decent amount of health, but eventually eventually Viper will be able to harass him out. These supports do their best to do that on their own though, and Universe actually taking a lot of damage. He has to retreat. If Viper was there, there would have been a dead Centaur. No doubt about it. Alright. Lycanthrope actually taking a lot of damage already from the Mystic Snake. It's called Mystic Snake, right? Yeah. Here in the meantime, got himself a Hellbear Smasher. As his first creep, just farming up, basically getting free farm. Nature's Prophet is in full-time jungle, didn't even try and do something in the offlane, but it also means that these supports are free reign. I mean, they can leave Fee alone, and PPD is gonna find himself in this room. He's level 2. Put a point into the Arcane Aura though to help out the TZ in the middle with that mana regen. So he can constantly spam out the Mystic Snake to do the harassment and the last thing.
Dire's bottom tower's getting the business.
Oh yeah. PPD just denying the rune for now. Going back to his jungle. So yeah, these supports have a lot of space. They're gonna be able to get their levels quite unimpeded now. But it's basically the same for UG as well. I mean, but there's Universe in this offlane that keeps some of the attention from both the Earthshake as well as Ztok in the top lane. So just by being there, right? They want to be able to, if Universe overextends slightly, to be able to get a kill on him. But that means that they're not really in the jungle, or not really pulling all too much. Might be missing some of their timings. So, well, Universe already sitting at 3 levels. And 2 last hits, so... considering what he's up against, not so bad. Doing a good job staying away from Viper, and he really has to do that. Yeah, TZ leading mid quite handily. But yeah, lycanthrope, I don't know. Putting him mid seems really weird because,
The dire
I mean, he has
best
his
do
wolves
something
and his
about
howl
that
to try and help
bottom
him out a
tower.
little bit,
The
but
dire went
he
in
doesn't have too much
fortified
mana
their
for it.
structures.
The bottle will help, sure. But
Guess what's happening to
look at how
Dire's
much
bottom
harass he's
tower?
taking just from Mystic Snake spam. As we see EG putting up some pressure on this tier 1 tower.
Guess what's
Nature's
happening
Prophet
to
gonna
Dire's
try and defend,
bottom
but he doesn't have
tower?
any mana left, and they might actually want to go for him. Nope, just chasing him away. A little bit. 3 range creeps. And there's also a siege
Dire's
creep, new
bottom
creep
tower
coming in,
is
so this
getting the
tower is gonna
business.
go down. Glyph has already been used to try and delay it a little bit. Illusion Rune picked up by Lycanthrope, but
Dire gave up a bottom tower.
yeah. Well, they basically forced Nature's Prophet out of the jungle, but he's got some decent levels there already, level 4 now. And now he can stay here for a little bit and defend the tier 2. Middle lane.
Denied.
Earthshaker might be looking for an opening here. He's only level 2 though, against a level 6 Medusa, so she has the ultimate available to her. Not gonna go for it just yet. I know he's just standing there for the moment. Alright, Fear 1 Midas. Having it shipped out to him. Midas plus Devour means very farm Doom quite early on, so expect his net worth to explode in the next couple of minutes.
Dire's top tower. You know the
Playing a
drill.
little bit defensive now. He hasn't seen the Earthshaker for a while. He knows he's not top lane, at least he doesn't think so. As he's keeping off the map right now. Universe isn't there to try and scout it, so. Playing a little bit defensive here, gives some space for Lycanthrope to try and catch up a little bit. Oh yeah, I'm not convinced of that Lycan middle lane. Not convinced at all. I mean, he's getting some decent CS, but and some decent levels too, but I don't know. I don't know. They're susceptible to ganks, I feel. Not anymore now, though, so I guess EG missed the timing window for that. And Medusa, not the best hero to gank into, because she doesn't give you too much. I mean, she gives you some good burst with the Mystic Snake. The way TZ skilled her right now, but apart from that, just right clicks. I had no action just now. Universe doing a good job defending this top lane here. Oh, Lycan with the haste rune. It's not like he is an int haste. Let's give him a haste rune because why the hell not, he needs it. But yeah, Earthshake is still hanging around here. He picked up a couple of levels
No
from,
use
just from
crying
leeching.
over spilled
Oh,
blood.
I missed the first part. God damn it.
Was only a
Yeah, it
matter of
looks like
Radiant's
probably
top
a
towers
Viper
taking
Strike. Yeah,
hits.
Viper Strike and a couple of right clicks. Rubik was there to keep him in place, so Universe
Radiant's
a little bit
top
too far
tower
out.
is hurting.
Gonna feed the first blood, and this tower is taking damage, but the CP reaction's coming in.
Have fun
PPD
trying
is
to
already
bust
here,
down
Universe is
Radiant's
now back
structures
as
now.
well.
Radiant's top towers in
So do we
bad
want to
shape.
engage into this? There's 4 from UG here. They're gonna take the creep wave, but the fissure is gonna hit on both. Not gonna be any
Radiant's top
follow-up though.
tower's hurting.
TD though, getting free farm in the meantime. Getting ahead. Got to ring for
Dire's
Quilla
mid-tower
and
won't
then
last
and the
much
tower will
longer.
stand, so they managed to defend for now, but there's still 4 up here. And one of the Lycan Wolves scouring it out a
Dire's
little bit.
mid tower could use a little help.
Now Lycanthrope falls back and he's gonna go!
Dire's mid tower.
He's doing a lot of damage actually, but there's the ultimate.
The Radiant got
Gonna
one
slow him
less
down
top
just a little bit,
tower.
actually gonna connect. Is there gonna be any more TP support? Nope. LTZ gonna be just fine. Battling up against the wolves now, but no Djokovic, he might come back in again. But PPD now rotating down. They gave up to tier 1 with the pressure coming out on LTZ, but the offlane tier 1 for Radiant side, probably the least important tower in the game. Doesn't give you a whole lot of map control.
Seems
They get to deny
Dire's mid-tower's
on the
been
mid tier 1, so
disowned.
good on them. But now Fear wants to go on Angel, uses the Doom, but there's a teleport reaction. Angel should be alright unless there's a... Never mind, never mind. He will die from that. Now Rubik might be in trouble, but Viper teleport back as well. He should be able to get Zai down, but here's a relocate available and they managed to pull out. Zai probably gonna be the sacrifice though. But at least he helped Fear survive there, so... Sacrificial Wisp. Or a small price to pay. He's got a couple of items already, so... Not gonna be too sad about that, but PPD is gonna be sad. Getting caught out by the Nature's Prophet while trying to retreat. And Furion just laughs. That is just not nice. Alright, anyway. Centaur Warren not going for Tranquils just yet. He has enough gold, but I think he's rushing a Blink Dagger. And yeah, usually you want Tranquils for more lane sustain.
You're almost.
And just to be able to heal up while rotating around, because you do take damage from double edge yourself, so... But... Going straight for the Blink Dagger, and I can't say I hate that decision. Because who else is going to initiate for EG right now? The two types of initiation that they have is to Wisp Relocate, and then that's about it. Until Universe gets his Blink Dagger, then he'll be able to just jump in, do the stomp. And that's a better initiation combined with relocate follow-up.
Invisibility.
Because you keep them in place already, and they don't have as much time to react to relocate, and you can see it on the map if you're being careful. So lots of pings coming out on the Roche Pit, and actually gonna go for this. Do they have any minus armor? Not exactly. But they do have a Viper, which can do a little bit of damage. Oh yeah, there's minus armor, of course, the Lycanthrope. Now joining the fray. Went for the Medallion first, actually. Usually you see the Blats first, but not gonna happen. But AG going to position. Zai looking to scout it out with the orbs. But it's gonna be too late. Roshan is gonna be down. Do we want to engage over this? I don't think so. Zai is gonna be dead, but the Fissure might save him. No. Range attack is too strong. Doom gonna go out on someone, but should be alright. Fear only lives because of the Stampede. Yeah, who's doomed up here? Angel should not die from this, I don't think.
Tower's having technical difficulties.
Nope. It's a level 1 Doom. So not doing too much. RTZ in the meantime trying to do what he can, putting up some pressure on the tier 2 while he still had the chance, but now basically 3 ages. They even got a Wisp as a bonus. It's gonna be a Lycanthrope, so now we can safely finish his Vlads. Start working on a Necrobook. Earthshack also got the Arcane Boots and level 6, so he's alright. He's not looking for a Blink Dagger, but that's a long road for an Earthshaker. Angel, though, already got the Necrobook. Went straight for that after the Face Boots. As well as the Ring Bacillus, so...
top tower's getting beat
Gonna go for that mass push strat, the Zoo strat if you will, with lots of summons. Wolves, Fiends, Necrobooks, and the Howl that affects all of these creeps. Hoops of Trouble is actually done on Viper already, so... Go for that first before the Aghanims. Don't hate that either, gives you that mobility on the map. Mobility is always nice in Dota, but... Next item probably gonna be the Aghanim Scepter. It's just so good on Viper. You can use that ultimate every 12 seconds. You can, the longer the team fights go, the more devastating it really is, because it does a whole lot of damage over time.
Dire's top tower's getting beat down.
PPD, you don't want to be there if they decide to go on you. You can't really run away. But Glyph is gonna delay this just a little bit, but can't engage into an Earthshaker like that. Not with a choke, not on such a choke point. It's gonna make it even narrower, but yeah, they'll probably just take the creep wave, take the tower, and then get the hell out of there. There's plenty of other tier towers to take. Meantime, EG trying to trade. This tier 2 top is quite low, but Angel coming in back in the backlines. But RTZ wants to fight. There's the ultimate. Did he steal it? No, he didn't steal anything just yet. Doesn't have a lot of mana to use it if you, even if you did got it. So both teams stammering at each other, no pun intended. Universe, a little bit of an indecision. He's got his Blink Dagger, so got that going for them. Now we were looking at the tier 2 boots, maybe Tranquils, but A little bit late for that, maybe wants to go straight into Boots of Travels for himself. Wouldn't be the bad choice, but this tower almost in the 9 range. He's another 16 HP down. Seems like they do want to defend it. The Viper is coming around. Equilibrium looking for Viper Strike onto, yep, onto Arteezy. Taking it right away. Relocate out though, will keep him safe. Wisp is hanging in the back there at all times. But yeah, once again, Zai will be the sacrificial lamb at this stage. Will he get out? No. Nice try, but range attacks once again too strong. Alright, let's take a look at the gold graph. 40 minutes in, it's right at the 0 mark actually. EG not able to carve themselves out too much of a lead in that regard, even though they have a Doom with a Midas. But they do have the experience advantage, so I don't know how they only have 1 kill, but there he is! 2-man stun from the universe. Ultimate coming out from the Medusa, and now Djokovic is in a lot of trouble. He will probably take the fall. They've got a sentry here. Dead in this room, not gonna save him. But PPD is in a lot of trouble. He will be picked up by the Viper, and now Fear sprouted up. Doom on the Viper just to annoy him, and nice Echo Slam. Didn't quite catch up to Fear though. Fissure onto Universe. He has to get the hell out of there. And he will as the Wolves time out and have to be resummoned.
Guess what's happening?
So they only lose the Crystal Maiden. Could have gone worse. And they actually pick up someone. Who'd they get? Of course they got the...
Dire just couldn't save that bottom tower.
Yeah. Got the Rubik, of course. Rubik caught in the Medusa ultimate. Stone Gaze, yeah, that's a weird name. Now, got the Vladimir's looking for the Necrobook, one would imagine, but unless he has a might have it chipped out to him. Nope, just a threat, alright. Not going for a fast Necrobook as you normally see, but... You don't need to, you already have Necrobook 3 and then they just probably complete. So Fear gonna be lifted up, gonna do a nice hoof stomp on 2, relocate out, gonna keep him safe for 1 more time. But Zai he keeps having to use this relocate in a defensive fashion. And it's not something that you want to do, but he brought Fear back with him. The orbs do a whole lot of damage. Djokovic though going to town with the wolves. Will he be able... Yeah, Zai will die in the very end, but Fear might be in trouble now with the Viper rotating back. Might get Djokovic here, but he's being controlled out by the Earthshaker, and one last auto attack not being able to come out. So that counter initiation attempt, bringing Fear back, didn't work out for them. Arteezy not having any mana, so that mana shield pretty much useless. Wolves trying to follow him. Djokovic with the in the ultimate form. Nice stun to keep him safe, but Universe will pay with his life for it. Nature's Prophet is not done yet. Arteezy trying to do what he can, but he will probably take the fall as well, even though the ultimate form runs out. So it's 3 down on the side of EG. Union Gaming looking strong.
Radiant's mid towers in trouble.
And now, gold lead that EG got, as well as the experience lead, heading back to the 0 line once again. So that puts right now coming into the zone. They got a lot of summons. They've got the Howl. They've got a Necro 3 on the Prophet, so this is a dead tier 2, there's no doubt about it. Wisp Orbs not the best against creeps at all.
Radiant's mid tower ain't doing so good.
So, in fact, Zai might have been caught out there if UG wanted to commit on that. That's not going to be the case though, so... Fear got the plate mail on the way to Shiva's, so... He's trying to tank up on armor. Io, not hanging too much, working on treads with the Belt of Giant Strength. PPD, poor as a church mouse or something. It's a German expression, I don't know if it's the same in English, so...
What's with all the
means he doesn't have a whole lot of money. I think you got that much. Earthshaker with the Blink Dagger, so that's a big concern. He manages to get on top of a bunch of heroes with a bunch of summons. Not summons, EG doesn't have a whole lot of those. PPD gonna smoke. He's gonna go on a secret mission toward the river. And now... also aggressive wards on the Ancients coming out from UG. As they prepare to take this last remaining out of tier tower. Off of EG, the tier 2 up top.
Radiant's top tower's taking hits.
Committing on it just yet, but there's gonna be the treants. Necrobook is ready, but they do find PPD in the backlines.
How about that?
That's a dead CM if I've ever seen one. Fear now might be in trouble. He takes the Viper Strike, throws up this Doom, but he's not long for the world. As the entire team is up here.
Radiant's toughened up their structures.
In the meantime, Zai and RTZ trying to do split push, and they are actually at the tier 3 tower. But they lost the tier 2, and they can push much faster than EG can. It's only a Medusa, she's not particularly farmed, so this tier 3 is gonna go down. There's no glyph available anymore. Question is, can they defend? PPD doesn't have a freezing field, it's only level 7. Doom, level 11, but level 2 Doom didn't do too much. Universe trying to go for a stun, does get it, but he will be blown up as well as the Wisp. Relocating RTZ back in the fight now. There's the freezing field from PPD, doing good damage actually. Zaytok might be in trouble. Djokovic as well, taking so much damage. He will take the Crystal Maiden, but will die to one last arrow from the Medusa. Zaytok getting out, but skin of his teeth there. Said, screw it, I'm out of here.
Radiant's top rags ain't
But it was a costly defense. They lose the tier 3, but they don't lose rags. It's just a single wolf just annoying in the range rags, and that's a rags that will not regen, so whatever you can get is... What? Okay. Either they're really not... Okay. Either... I don't know. I guess it works with the split shot. I don't know if the rapier is a common item on Medusa, but... Oh my. I casted one rapier match. Was in the European Starter Division. UK subgroup number 4.
double damage.
And it's actually in the team that Melistrix was in. Melistrix won a joinDOTA staff member. And his teammate on the Lifestealer bought himself a rapier when they were quite far ahead. Then they fed it to the enemy Phantom Lancer and they consequently lost the game, so... Oh, but TZ knows what he's doing, so... He's a TZ, so... You can usually expect that, but... Can actually dish out a lot of damage, and with the Stone Gaze, should be able to keep himself alive for a while. Because you can't really engage into that. You're gonna have to wait it out and look away by the time... yeah, during the time that's going on. Now there's a Vomit Smoke up, but Roshan, already too late. They can take Rosh so damn fast with that minus armor. And all the summons coming out, but they're gonna go engage. They're gonna get the Viper. And look at the damage coming out from the tethered up Medusa. Universe though will take the fall. He doesn't have enough help, does not have a mana. But there's the Stone Gaze. That's gonna be the split shot. Cleaning house, at least the creeps. Not gonna get any more than that. Viper against Centaur. Okay, trade, but now Angels back into the fight, but that might not be a good idea. Blackthroat doing that, and the ultimate is actually timed out, but Earthshaker will be able to keep him alive for 1 hour, but he should take out from the Doom. Might be denied here. Rubik got leveled F. Come on, you should... What? Ah, he had the Aegis. Okay, that's... I actually... forgot about that.
Bottom tower seen better days.
Forgot about that completely. Yeah, of course he had decent care. But yeah, Aegis popped at the very least. And yeah, gold advantage is still going the way of UG. Experience advantage right around the 0 mark, so EG is not out of this, especially with the rapier, but that rapier changes hands. If Djokovic can get his hands on that. Ooh, EG is gonna be screwed. Have to keep RTZ alive at all costs, and with the Wisp. And Zai has been on point with his defensive relocates, so gonna give him that. And yeah, considering mana shield with the tether, I mean, you regenerate both health and mana with a tethered up target, so basically give him more survivability than other heroes even. Because the mana also prevents him from taking damage. If you got the mana shield target. There's gonna be a fissure, there's gonna be a sprout. But there's gonna be the stone gaze. Split shot gonna come out, but the relocate. Pulling them out. Not wanting to engage in that. I think they could have waited with that for a while. It means I was in a good position and they could have fought for a little bit. Maybe picked off one hero or two, but as it stands, it's just die going down again. PPD dying as well, bought back immediately, and these top ranks are now in peril. Not in peril, they're under threat, let's just say it that way. Lots of necro units. Level 1, no, level 2 actually for Lycanthrope. Level 3 of course for a long time. For the Nature's Prophet, and there comes the army. Glyph is available just now, and they're focusing on the melee rack, so they're gonna go all in. And there's gonna be a Stampede, Doom onto Viper. Universe looking for stun, not gonna find it, but the Freezing Field will pick up Djokovic with the supporting fire coming out from the Medusa. So much firepower in the front, and so much tankiness in the front coming out of Fear. Arteezy has some room to operate, and Zaytog's stealing his stun. Only gonna get in a couple of seconds. Angel will be able to get away. PPD not able to catch up in time for Frostbite. So yeah, nice defense. Pick up the Rubik, they pick up the Lycanthrope. Don't pay a whole a little bit of damage on melee barracks, but that's gonna regenerate, so. If they can keep doing that, if they can keep Arteezy in the backlines, dishing out the damage instead of receiving all of it, then they do have a chance, and he tanked up some more with the Eye of Skadi. That's gonna help him chase as well. But that's an all-in kind of strat. He's two-shotting waves right now with the split shot on. And that does, yeah, 80% outgoing damage, and but 80% of so much, still a lot. And that's gonna be the relocate. Gonna go up top. Angel just 3-shot basically. Yeah. He's sitting for about 450 without the split shot, and with the split shot just slightly less for 80% of that, but he is being focused now. Stone Gaze will keep him alive. Viper Strike coming out of him, Mechanism will keep him up and fighting. Wisp is also tethered to him. Equilibrium taking all the damage. He's gonna die to one last auto attack. Now they can't defend. Earthshaker doing what he can. He can keep throwing out the fissures to delay this a little bit.
How about that?
But Zaya already tanking up Medusa again with up to full mana. The Glyph only gonna delay the inevitable. This tower's gonna go down one way or the other.
Hope the Dire weren't partial to that mid
But
tower.
bottom lane, a large creep we're pushing in. There's a lot of range creeps as well as the sea creep, so this tower's gonna take some damage. But they don't care. They want to go for it. There's three heroes down. Nature's Prophet is gonna come back in a little bit, but there's a buyback on the Viper, so they want to force that out. They're doing a lot of damage to this tower as well. Arteezy in the front lines, protected by the tether. Now, right for the melee barracks. They don't want to spend the buyback on Viper, not now, a couple of seconds before it goes, but that means they concede the mid-racks. Relocate out. Not gonna be interrupted. Yeah, gonna be interrupted actually, so Wisp will take the fall. Doom once again up on Viper, so he is in a lot of trouble if they want to go back in, but PPD being chased by Djokovic, Arteezy running for his life. He can't give up the rapier. Is there some sort of lockdown? No, there's not a Lycanthrope, but there's an Angel here.
2 down.
But he's just doing so much damage with the rapier. Picked up Angel. Djokovic is in a lot of trouble. The creeps are following him, but he should be able to TP out. Arteezy not gonna die for it, not knowing how far the support is off. 3 for 1 trade at the very end of it all. Sort of. Goldgraph going the way of EG after these last engagements and tower fights. But they have lost the bottom racks. Who was that actually? Was it? Yeah, Nature's Prophet one. Yeah. It must have been here. Kept the push going, so. 1 racks for 1 racks, but EG's got 1 exposed racks now. UG still with 1 outer tier tower remaining, but it's just a token tower right now with only sitting only at 176 health points. Not a whole lot of buybacks available, only 2 on the Nature's Prophet as well as the Earthshaker. Net worth. Medusa sitting so far ahead. because she can farm so freaking quickly with the split shot and the Divine Rapier.
The Dire might want to mine their top tower.
So much damage coming out of her.
Dire's lost the top tower.
21,000 net worth, sitting close to 22,000. Next closest is her own teammate, the Doom, with Midas plus Devour.
Dire's
It's so far behind, then 3 cores from the side of UG. So it's all on Arteezy right now. If he can make that net worth count, they're gonna have a good shot at the game. Mask of Madness is gonna come out, going all in on that attack speed. And the lifesteal, of course, gonna help her out tremendously. She's hitting for a lot of damage, which means lots of lifesteal. Less reliance on Zai to keep him alive. Assault Cuirass already done in the meantime as well. I haven't actually caught that, but it's just the amazing farm rate that Arteezy puts to the table. Legit build, man. That's all I gotta say. Legit. Yeah. Gonna go for some buildings, put up some pressure. Nature's no, it's actually Viper down here in the bottom line, split pushing at the moment. Trying to do what he can, but there is a relocate out available. And if they relocate on Viper, they can probably kill him. But he's going straight for Mask of Madness has been popped. That one tier 4 is going down, and they have to try and respond to this. They can't leave Arteezy to his own devices, or she'll just kill the throne.
The furs fly in a radiant.
Can't engage on him either because he's so tanky now. There's gonna be the Doom on the Viper. Once again, Fear constantly focusing him. Djokovic taking a lot of damage. He can't go back into the fight. Viper will die to the arrows. Next tier 4 taking a lot of damage. Djokovic using his wolves to try and do something, but that's not enough. Stone Gauge just for the fun, for the funsies. Tier 4 is gonna go down. That Ancient is gonna go down. Risky strategy, but it's working out for EG. Just PvEing. Just like trolling at the very end, just relocating him out just before, so you can't get lost on the Ancients. So yeah, EG takes it. I was worried with the Divine Rapier pickup, but was chancy, but it did work out for them. So sick build, and but really legit, because IO providing so much more survivability to the Medusa with a mana shield. It's actually quite ingenious if you think about it, so yeah. But it's not enough that we got one good game. There's 2 games in the series, so stick with us. We're gonna be right back in a couple of minutes.